All right, guys, here we are for episode 9, season 2 of Jessica Jones.
So this picks up. I was actually very confused when it started. I think as we back up like 20 seconds or something, it's kind of weird. The last episode,
yes, with the shooting
near the end, like there's a shot through like the window, and you're like, ooh. But now it kind of like backs up a little, which I'm a big fan of. But I was like, what? Because there wasn't like a telegraph yet until, and then you're like, oh, okay, he's about to shoot because it's Chang, the other.
And who didn't know that was the assassin? You know?
I never thought about it. I have no idea.
Did you not really think? I mean, that was him.
I didn't try to guess. That makes sense, obviously. But I didn't even consider who that might be. I was like, we'll find out who that is. That's fine.
I was like, he's getting retaliation.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
I pictured he'd been staking out her apartment forever, hoping that monster would come back. When he sees the monster come back, and like he's like, what? They're talking? What the?
Yeah, did he see her? When did he see her?
He has a picture of her.
Yeah. I don't know where he got that picture.
He got it from Jessica. Jessica took that picture outside the bar when she saw her at that meeting, and or took that picture from a guy who took that picture.
Okay, he stole it from.
Yes.
He stole it from her.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. No, I like I said, I didn't even try to predict it, which gets me off the hook. No, I don't try to guess everything. Certain things I just let them happen or whatever.
I try to guess everything.
I know you do. That's why I'm pointing that out. But so I like what ensues. Actually, it was kind of dumb. So
I like how quick her mom is, and she runs almost like. Remember
look
how?
Look at that. I like that she's fast. So there have been times I'm cutting you off, but I don't care.
Sure.
There are times in this show where like Jessica's chasing someone, and I'm kind of like, if you're strong, you should be fast. Not like the Flash fast, but your muscles are what move you and all that stuff.
And you prove you can jump crazy.
Yeah.
So why can't you just fling your body across the goddamn void?
And just do something. So I really liked that her mom was fast and could like easily take care of this situation. She wasn't like, oh dear, or something like that. Now it's obviously like a stunt man or woman in like a wig.
She runs terribly.
Yes.
She runs like, so if you flash back in your mind to Happy Gilmore, and you have an older version of Jaws there, and he's chasing after Shooter McGavin, and he's just like, she runs like that, like, what is that?
So I actually like, I don't think anything's ever even done that a way that's like perfect that I like. So like I remember in like a lot of things like The Matrix, which makes sense, so it's a bad example, but there's certain stuff where someone who's not literally trained in something gets a power, and then like they're fighting, but now they know like ninja moves all of a sudden, right? I've always liked and wanted this, someone to do right, someone who's just strong and just like doesn't look cool, is just happens to be super strong. Or
so like every episode of Luke Cage.
Yeah. No, like Luke Cage nailed it in like a slightly different way, but yes, he doesn't have karate moves, right?
No,
and Jessica too. She even makes that comment in The Defenders, like, "Does everyone know karate? Like, what's going on?" or whatever, right? So I like that when she runs, she doesn't look like she has technique because her leg muscles are just able to push like so many pounds of like power.
The thing that I would always want to see whenever they do fake fast, I hate the blurring. I hate like this and that dashing. Like to me. Film it in many, many cuts and just have them run as fast as they can for like until they can't, and then you'd cut to a different angle after they've had a break and they run again, and just so it just looks like this person never loses speed because they have that much like the lung capacity, the strength that it doesn't cost them the same way it costs somebody else. They don't fatigue, and I think that's the way I would want to do super speed, where it's like oh no, like that dude's fast. If you take the fastest you can run, for 5 seconds and took that for minutes, you're setting records. Like you'd be so
like a burst
fast.
Of speed, whatever.
Yeah, but a burst of speed that doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Like
I thought you were going to talk
Usain
about like
Bolting.
special effects or whatever. Yeah.
Well, no, I don't like special effects, but I think that's an element that I would explore more in how I would film it and how I would portray it.
Yeah, I wonder if the actors or actresses can even run that fast to begin with.
They could Steven Seagal it.
Yeah. That's what I think sometimes. And yeah, there was some obvious like stunt work and like the fighting and stuff. Yeah. I thought. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe not.
Yeah, I would have liked
could be in weird shape.
The idea that she made contact with him a few times and he's not dead. He was protected by the plot.
Yes. No, and like, so the problem with that is how much she then says we should kill him.
Yeah.
Right? Because she's demonstrated that she can get a hold of someone and kill them like 5 times already.
When she threw him against the wall, he should have been a water balloon.
Oh, he's dead. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I kind of thought like, oh, he's in like a wheelchair now. Like that's what's gonna happen.
Because Jessica like wasn't trying to kill him, and she like did more damage.
Exactly. And she's like infected with rage and stuff. And
yeah,
should be doing whatever. She should be mama bearing out and like going crazy. But no, he ends up in a tub.
Sure.
We end up having a nice protracted series of things or whatever. This was
I thought.
fine.
Did you think immediately when they inject him? I'm like, well, he's dead now. I'm like, that is a dose that takes out a rhinoceros. He is a small man.
Yeah.
And you did it to him twice.
I know. When she injects him again, I just figured he'd be like, I can't handle this.
I thought he'd be in a coma. His brain would just not work any longer.
Yeah, he's on like massive doses. I wonder what the OD is of like whatever drug that is. Or
About
whatever.
a quarter of what they gave him.
A tiny amount, yeah.
The first time.
This is meant to whatever. I liked the moment where she like has the syringe and Jessica's mom like moves her hair out of the way. Like, okay, fine. But then she walks right past her and like injects him again. Yeah. And is like, okay, fine, and leaves. I was like, that's pretty baller.
Mm.
What do you think about him in the tub, the whole kidnapping, the whole weird thing, the whole...
Well, I think it makes sense that he's in the tub the whole time because that amount should just, like, yeah, I think he should be dead, so I think he should be in the tub forever. I do think it's very weird. It was weird to try to reason with someone like that. Like, well, he tried to kill me. I'll just say I won't turn him in if he doesn't turn me in.
And I'm like,
well, you could both just end them in jail that way. Like, that doesn't seem like the way to do it. And then B... she took very little convincing from him to like flip her whole like position. It
felt really weird to me. That's why I just threw it to you.
And understood because his position is accurate. And she had this thought originally until she got like affected by the feels that her mom can't be out in public. Just the level of murder she does and like the way she can't even hold back from her own daughter. There's no stopping her. She has to be in like a cage. That's much stronger than the cages that she had in the past. Like a thing with her hands like inside a big cup that then seals across, so her hands are like just metal forks.
The Wolverine,
and then those are tied to the wall.
Yeah.
And her neck is tied to the ceiling, and her feet are tied to the other corners of the wall. Like
that's getting hot.
Yeah. Now, like people that are superpowered need to be imprisoned in a special way because. Like, especially if you just don't want to kill them. Like, I think the easiest way would just be kill somebody like this. If they're uncontrollable and they've murdered so many people, the death penalty is not out of the realm of possibility for a normal person. Why would it be just because you're special? And I could see the government going like, no, we need to hold this person. Maybe we can, mind meld with them and make them do things we want later. So, like, I could see that kind of thing happening. Or, like, we could drop her on a war zone. I don't know.
No, like I think in like real life it would be like medically induced coma and like experiments and like science done to them or something, right? It would But here it's gonna be the raft. Yeah. She'll hang out with Ant-Man and stuff.
Yeah.
Depending on when this takes place. I don't know when this takes place, but in the greater timeline of everything or whatever.
I think everything takes place in a natural timeline.
Okay, so whatever's been released before this, or definitely happened.
I think so.
Okay,
like I think this stuff would all just be pre the newest Avengers and stuff like that.
That's interesting. I wonder if that makes sense. I don't want to think too hard about it.
I have not put a lot of thought into it, but I want to say because just based on referencing things that have happened in movies, that it has to be in some way of it.
They've referenced the first Avengers, right?
Yes.
Have they referenced anything else? I had this like feeling, this like sensation that all this was meant to happen in the wake of the attack on New York, and there hasn't been like another attack on New York yet, or whatever's going to happen. Like I feel like they would have been like, that was crazy. Robots tried to take over the whole world.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should we help? Nah. Just hang out. We can't. I mean, the guy with the bow and arrow can help, but like we can't help. That's crazy. But again, not gonna think too hard about it. I'm okay with stuff happening in like a loose or semi-parallel whatever thing.
I'm interested, and also like if they knew, like think about the Defenders plot. Why not send up a fucking an A into the sky and
exactly
like maybe we should get some fucking gods on our team.
That's still my favorite part of Ant-Man when he's talking to Michael Douglas. Okay, Michael Douglas is so old that sometimes I'm like, was that Kirk Douglas? But he's like, okay, I think we should talk to the Avengers. Like, that's his like main thing. Okay, number one, that's crazy. Number two, why don't we call the Avengers? And he's like, no, we can't call the Avengers. It's Stark and all. I hate them. There's more stuff that happens here.
Well, we have the drugs run out.
The drugs run out.
We've been waiting for that shoe to drop for quite a while now.
So it apparently doesn't have a counter on it.
No, it just runs out.
And I love that. That's good times.
I liked her quitting the job. I liked that rant. I liked that rant actually did something for her career. I don't like that she kind of blew it because she was going through withdrawal. But we'll see how that turns out.
No, she goes freaking crazy. Which I dig.
But that's like how things would work. If you have so many things in your life happening that actually matter, little trivial bullshit does not matter. And gluten intolerance is one of the biggest of those where I'm like, come on, man. The fucking world's burning around us and you care about crumbs.
Yeah, and like I forget the exact sequence of events for some reason, but I think it all came together nicely where she sees her ex, she sees Griff on TV.
Yes.
I'm in Aleppo in a war zone. I'm looking here, the rebels are pressing out, and she's like, "What am I doing with my life?" or whatever. And I was like, "Okay, that's cool."
I thought he was gonna die in that.
Yeah.
Thing. I thought they were gonna kill his character
Or
off,
be like
and I was gonna
reported
send her
dead
into
or
a different
something.
thing. I thought that was going to happen. She was going to go to take a puff and it was going to run out. And it didn't end up the exact way I thought it was going to happen, but I was happy with how it came together.
Yeah, but that's the exact. I think the network that contacted her was the exact one her mom used to fake her out to get to the proposal, right? So like, this is literally. It's not like some weird out of the blue thing, which I like when a show does that. There's been a whole theme where she's like, "Well, I'm doing this right now, but I kind of want to do what Griff's doing." And then he proposes, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't even want to be with him. I want to be him. So this is not. This is wrong." And then she, falls off her, her stuff into like despair, and then that somehow turns itself around, but then tragically, right? She doesn't have the.
It seems like
have the juice to keep.
She'll
keep
be
going.
back on track soon because I don't think there's any way she can get any more of that drug.
Well, so that was my first thought. Was like, okay, either now she has to talk to. I think is Dr. Sokolov dead? Or is he still around? And didn't they hide some like cache of weapons somewhere?
They did hide a cache.
Could there be more drugs there? Like,
I think she took the only drugs out of there. I could be wrong, and
I
for
don't
the
know.
plot, there could be more.
They could have made, like she definitely took the inhaler, but I don't know if there's more inhalers or cartridges or something. I don't know what direction they're going to go in. Like, it's either like horrible, sweaty rehab or like trying to get more drugs hitting bottom or whatever. I don't know what we're going to do.
I would like a funny scene where like it cuts back to like the day before, and it's Malcolm at her house, like, and he's the reason it's empty. Or even better for the plot, he just held it down and let it all out.
Okay, that would be super good. Because we haven't seen Malcolm.
But it's way funnier if he huffed it all.
I was going to mention
and he's now purple and large.
He's now the villain of the whole season. We finally have our super villain.
Yeah.
Is Malcolm. No, because we didn't see Malcolm this whole episode.
Nah.
I thought that was very interesting. So that would be a super great thing for them to do that. For them to have him sabotage the thing or empty it out or whatever. I wonder how that would work.
I don't know.
That would be dope. That would be awesome.
I'd be
interested
in it. Often, though, I think of things that I would like better than actually happen. So
I was going to say, like, it's almost too good for it to happen. I would feel really happy if they did that.
Yeah.
Because then that would drive this nice wedge between Trish and Malcolm if she ever found out or something like that.
Yeah.
But I love.
Once she came to her senses, I think she'd like him for it. But during the beginning, she'd be like, "Wow, what right do you have?"
Yes, exactly. And he's like, "Trish, this is not okay. I ran for like a whole episode off camera. This is not all right."
I'm in Vermont,
right? I'm in different time zones. Ah, that's wonderful. I like this one hallway scene that I wanted to call out where Trish shows up and Jessica's like, "Are you high?" or whatever. And they do all that stuff. Again, it's like film school stuff, but they just hang on this hallway and Jessica chases Trish all the way to the end, but then her mom makes her mom made that noise or whatever, and then she has to sort of like decide what to do, and she lets Trish go, and then she turns around and walks all the way back up the hallway. It was a cool shot or whatever. But they kind of undermine that by then having all this weird voiceover that I think they added later on or something like that. Where she's like, "This is, me and my mom, and that's that, and I didn't help my friend," and all that. And I'm like, okay, fine. Well, geez. You like visually demonstrated this concept.
Yeah, put it on the nose for idiots.
And then you later had her like, and she was making faces like, "I'm thinking about something now." So I was like, okay, I'm not sure if this is all planned or whatever. But I like the voiceover to start or end the episode where it's like, detective hard-boiled noir stuff where she's like, the city in the summer. Everyone's a little more on it. And like that sort of stuff. I don't like the intra-episode, like I've taught about my mom stuff as much.
Yeah. Nah, it could be better. What else do we got going on?
Inez and Hogarth.
Yes, the healing.
Yeah, some more development of their whole like relationship. It's kind of cool. I like this stuff.
I don't think they're a bad couple.
Yeah.
I could see that being a thing.
They have a nice odd couple thing going on. But I like stuff with a little bit of like a kinky twist or like an ugly human thing or whatever. So I like when you have like relatively good actors in a scene where she's like, maybe we could go somewhere, and then she like clams up like, hey now, like this thing. I'm like, oh, that's like,
yeah.
I like that in my superhero fiction. I like heavy things like that to pop up.
That dark realism.
Yeah, just something to make me feel something. I don't just want you to punch dudes. I want to have a nice thing.
Yeah, a balance.
Something, yeah.
And we have that in this.
But we do like a lay on of hands thing. We get not only a Chick-fil-A reference, but we get a nice healing sequence once he's carved up.
Yeah.
The sound design was weird, but she's like laugh crying, so I assume she somehow knows she was cured.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would know.
I think she's been trembly and feeling weak, and I think that if you went to not that, like if she's like, look at my hand, it's like a fucking rock.
But I shoot. But I shoot with this one.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I guess whatever she feels is different enough where she can know that it's good now.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe.
Or a euphoria.
Yeah.
She's addicted to it now.
That's the good stuff. I liked that whole thing. The guy being reluctant, I thought he was good. And
I like the idea of healing taking off his lifetime.
Yes. He was like, I'm jumping towards death instead of just crawling or whatever. And I'm like, nice.
I wonder, though, what the exact amount he loses for these things are. Because, did he not gain that back by not being in jail any longer? Like, how much time do you think he loses?
Yeah. No, he's certainly... Like the quality of life difference from whatever his sentence was going to be, plus the chance, like, I can math this out for you or whatever. We can get a whiteboard if you want. But I feel like he's making out in this deal.
I
don't know.
So.
Right? Because he gets to be free and actually live like a real life, maybe lie low and never use his powers again unless his like kid is sick or something.
But it's very hard to say, like, if I was like, hey, I'll make your quality of life a little better, but I'm going to take some away. Like, a lot of people won't take that thing.
I guess.
I'm on the behalf, like, I've gotten these stupid conversations a lot where it's like, hey, for X amount of millions of dollars, would you take 5 years off your life?
Right.
Like, and usually I'm like on the side of yes, because how much life do you waste working? If you could save 8 hours a day for your whole life, that's like getting multiple years of free time.
It's like getting that time
and
back.
That time is better spent because you're actually doing things you want to do all the time. So I'm like, I think that's worth it. And I think this is the same thing about not being in prison. Even if he, like, the flip side here is, though, his getting out of jail, it means he has to work like an average person again. So that's also sucks.
Yes,
maybe he could go find some rich guy with cancer or something and like get a few M's out of him, and then
just one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
Yeah, if you wanted to hustle. But even there, like, I think if I was in, if I was, serving a prison sentence and I was 30 something or whatever this guy is, 30, 40, like, how old is this dude?
Mid-30s.
20. I don't know. I'm really bad with that. But let's say you're like mid-30s and you're serving like 17 more years or whatever it was, right? I'd be like, well, and then they're like,
to take time off the end.
Like we can let you out now, and then you're gonna die 3 to 5 years earlier, whenever that was gonna be. And then you're like, okay, well, oh no, yes, I'll take that. Yeah. Because I want to be not in prison for my 30 to 50 time of like my actual life.
Yeah, my real life.
I want to actually live my life. And then die like everyone else whenever you die in like 70, 80.
You get hit by a bus at 32. Like,
exactly.
Nothing's a guarantee.
It's always my philosophy. I've tried. Those buses, they're always blinking.
They're always on time.
And
I'm always late.
I know. I'm never there in time to get hit by the bus. I gotta find the next stop.
What else? Anything else happened in this episode worth note?
Anything else happened in this episode?
I feel like that's most of the things that went down.
Yeah, I want to make another call out to breakfast spaghetti, which is a fascinating concept to me.
Is it?
Breakfast spaghetti, my friend. This is a whole new possibility. It's butter and jam and spaghetti. And she's like, you're always a horrible cook. And I'm like, she's not even cooking. What is she doing? She's a monster. You have to lock her up. This is awful.
Are you not a little interested?
I want to try it.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing.
I'm down.
The other thing that happened, so besides her like getting locked up, right, she surrenders to the cops.
Yes,
we didn't really call that out. I mean, my only issue now is like she's quote unquote not here anymore. So like, what is this season even going to be?
Yeah, where does it go?
I'm so confused.
Well, who knows if this prison can hold her?
Yeah.
Like I just thought it was very weird that she just flipped on this dime, like, just turned into blood, didn't just like.
It felt really weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like, I'm starting to think I'm not gonna call Ritter, whatever, Kristen. What's her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like John Ritter's daughter.
John Ritter's daughter.
Not really.
Really?
I googled it. It's not true.
Oh man, you've shattered my whole life. I thought we were Three's companying this here. No, I don't know if she's a bad actress. I thought she was a good actress. Certain stuff, though, like on paper, I think should make me react differently than it does on this show.
Okay.
Certain stuff happens, and I'm like, I'm not like connecting with it, or it's not clicking with me, whatever you want to call it. I'm not getting the same response out of things. So I don't know if this whole episode with them debating killing, Chang, or like talking about their life, like you can't blame yourself for the accident. Like, was that all supposed to make, set me up for this thing where she's like, I know you're right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. When I think of moments like that, I like start to like think of recent stuff we've seen with like Stranger Things or something like that, and I go, there were these turns where I'm like, oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
and
he is actually right though. So like I can't understand
right.
going on his side. I would also turn him in for shooting me though, because I'm like, I'm losing everything. You're going down too.
Yeah, and the whole honor amongst thieves, we're not going to turn each other in thing is so weird. I don't know.
No, I'd be like, you shot me, bitch. You're going to jail.
And like, even then, like, both of you have stuff going on where you don't want an investigation or like something to happen or whatever, right? Jessica's on some sort of weird probation thing or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That all didn't...
did you think that she was going to get caught at the end, or did you think she was going to kill herself?
I thought she was going to kill herself. Well,
I went through two thoughts, because at first she like it looked like she was having this thought like, I hurt my daughter, blah blah, like this mental thing is happening with her, and I'm like, she's gonna jump out the window, and then she didn't, and she got to the bottom. I'm like, she's gonna lunge at the cops because she's gonna want them to shoot her.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
and then like that didn't happen, and I'm like, you really took some roads I didn't predict, and that's why I do think there might be a prison break or something more with her, because if her character was just meant to go to jail, I'm never going to see her again, then there would have been no reason not to death by cop her. Like, why keep her alive just for the fun of it? Like, and they already said the raft, that prison, is a place you go to and you're never seen again.
Right.
So if she actually goes there, Jessica's not seeing her again.
No, and they don't have the budget to like have her escape from the raft or whatever, right? So I don't know.
I don't think so.
The only thing I can think is maybe like a trial scenario. Hogarth's a lawyer. I have no idea.
There's no way in hell that Hogarth is not her lawyer now, especially that she's all supercharged and healthy. She's going to be like, I'll do whatever it takes.
I don't know what's happening here.
But I wonder what is the best outcome there.
I know. Well, and like as a season, too, I'm not feeling.
Like she doesn't get let free. That's for sure.
I know.
Your best case.
I'm not sure what's going to happen, and that
is not going to the raft, like going to a different prison. But can you even do that? I don't know if there's a precedence of ever having superpowered people anywhere but this prison.
Well, and there's no like this isn't like a small town, country, courthouse thing. You can't argue. Well, she caused thousands and thousands of dollars of damage to a bus to save a kid from we didn't
bring that part up.
I know.
So
that's me bringing it up.
In the public, they both ran and grabbed and the mom's way stronger than Jessica. Like I like way that. Stronger. And that's cool.
So of all the things I'll like nitpick. I liked the mom in the hat. Like not, detectiving properly, and Jessica being like, reel it in, bitch, and like all that stuff. Yeah. And I liked her showing up next to Jessica, grabbing the bus too, and being like, ugh, and all that stuff. And then kind of being like, that was awesome, I liked that a lot. We should do more of that. Jessica's like, listen, and then eventually that escalates into the turning it.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah. But
it's very interesting. I wonder, what do we think a bus way is?
I don't know.
Because the initial thing wasn't to stop, was trying to stop it, and then it was just like lift it up, it stopped. It's rear wheel drive, like fuck off.
Okay.
So like it's A, how strong are you to stop a moving bus, and then B, how strong are you to lift that same bus in the air?
Did they lift it up?
Yeah, they lifted it up and then dropped it.
Okay, I thought they were like pulling back, because I liked how that like Science Channel YouTube thing that I watched talks about like you can be really strong, but like when you're pulling on something, it's actually like the friction of like your feet touching the ground, right? Yes. That's why Spider-Man being so strong is so awesome, because he has like infinite friction when he tries to leverage against something or whatever. Ooh, interesting. And Wolverine's like 300 pounds or whatever it is. So like, okay, interesting, right? But then like and like Thor's magic and Hulk's magic or whatever,
sure,
right? Yeah. But so these people, right? I like where they grab the bus and try to pull it back, but then like the bus just drags them forward. Right?
Yeah.
Because their feet are not.
Well, that's why ultimately it was lift up the bus.
To
stop the wheels from turning, and then it's a different game. But
that's dope as fuck.
I think this might be the best way to actually figure out how strong, because Jessica slows the bus down solo.
Right.
And like, so that's already like a new level of strength. And the idea, but they did some like, this is like bad Superman stuff though, where like the bumper would just rip off. Like that's not how things work.
Right.
Like you're picking up something not from the frame.
I was gonna say you'd have to like lift it from the jack points or something. Yeah, I know that's always a thing, right? In all these things.
But I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it would be weird though because you're kind of like levering up the bus, so it's not just like take the weight of the bus, divide it by whatever, right? Because you don't have to lift the whole weight of it because the front's still down or whatever. So that'd be some complicated mathematics.
And it's moving at the same time.
Yeah.
So like you're going with it while lifting up. Like that's an incredible thing. I enjoyed it though.
But like a small subtle thing where most people would watch that episode and be like, "Great, you can fight buses. Where get to the point, get to the punchy bad man part of this, right?" But yeah, I really enjoyed this sequence, like you're saying. Like I think we enjoyed this subtle little thing that they did.
It's because they don't do a lot to really display how strong she is.
Yeah.
Like she throws somebody and does this and that, and you're like, okay, what exactly is that? But I think actually, if you were to do the math on how much it takes to throw like a 200-pound man like 20 feet. You're ridiculously strong.
Yeah, or even just to move yourself enough to jump high over like a thing or whatever. Yeah, and I always love the high jumping, the flea jump thing, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I like how powers work in like real life or whatever. Accidentally breaking stuff, accidentally doing things like that's always good.
Throwing a shoe through a wall. All right, guys, I think that's all that happened in this episode of Jessica Jones. Let us know in those comments below what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.